Hello once again and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at web scraping with KNIME. This will just be an introductory video and I'll try to keep it simple. So let's move over to KNIME. So here I have a sample KNIME workflow. I have a couple of nodes and a lot of these nodes are from Selenium nodes. If you want to know what this is about, I will drop a link to another video where I explain how to install external nodes that are not readily available in KNIME and that you will not find from the providers that you have. So I won't go further into that. It's all in the other video and please watch it if you need further instructions. So back to this. Now we'll take a look at the configuration of these nodes one by one, right? Starting from the start WebDriver nodes. And in case you're familiar with web scraping, I think you'll get to understand some of the things here. I won't really go into the details of, XPaths and all that. If you would like me to do a video on that, you could always, drop in a comment and I'll look into that. But just a quick one, this is the web page. So, okay, I'll open the web page that will be scraping. Let me just copy the link from here. So this is in case you're wondering, this is a Jupyter notebook that I originally did to, scrape data from that website. And if you want this as well, you could request, or I could just drop it in the description as well. So in this Jupyter notebook, using Python and Selenium packages, I scraped the website to get details for Manu player alumni, so all players that have ever played for Manu from I think since its inception, right? And just certain details, and I was going through all the different all the multiple pages. I think I had about 49 pages, but we're not talking about Python today. We're talking about KNIME. And let's just so this is websites. Accept cookies. There's a node to do that as well, to kind of like automate that process. So the goal is to come to the detail page and get the player names, the player positions, the current club of the player, player's date of birth. You could get other details, knowing how to do that. So let's go back to KNIME. So we start with the start WebDriver node, and you to configure it, you can double tap or click on the settings button that appears at the top left. Select the WebDriver that you want, whatever web browser you're okay with. You pick that. I'm going to be using Chrome, and in navigation tab you have to put in the URL that you want to go to, and in this case it's the page that I just showed you, and click OK, and then you could play, or execute. That's what I was looking for. So it opens a tab. The tab will be loading. Uh, Usually, oh, that's it first. let me do that again. So reset, and there we go. So now it's loading, and yeah, remember when this opened, I clicked accept myself, but you might want to automate that process. So what you just need to do is, here I have this configured. Now, just so you know, sometimes when we have these pop-ups, they are usually not on the main page. They are stored in what they call iframes. So to be able to find this accept button, you could find it by just getting the XPath and searching for it, but you need to switch to what they call iframes, and I was able to easily do that with Python. And that was the main reason why I had to go get the Selenium nodes, because I couldn't switch to iframes with the default nodes, web scraping nodes that KNIME had. So here I need to find the elements which were already configured. This is the XPath to the iframes, and once I put that, you have to click what you're finding by. You can find by different, uh, maybe CSS selectors, class names, IDs, and all that. But I find that XPath is really, it's consistent. I would say it's one thing that you can use to find any elements that you're trying to look for in a web page. So this is the XPath, and just, I mean, I'm doing what I said I was going to do, but just a tip: if you're looking for an XPath, you could always come here. Um, After you click on inspect, click on select an element to find the XPath, and then you select, and then you find in this element you could right click and copy, yeah, copy XPath. To confirm that you've gotten the XPath, you could Control F there and Control V to see that, that's what's being selected. But that's not what I'm using. First of all, I need to get the iframe where this pop-up is, and that's what I'm finding first. So I've selected that in, I've put it in here, and just a pro tip to see that, to know that your previous page has loaded. You know how KNIME transfers data from node to node, so you would want to see a couple of gibberish like this, and to be sure that your node has loaded. Okay, so I'm good with that. I click OK. So now I find the elements. Before I execute, I also want to show you the frame. I want to switch to this iframe. So in the configuration window, I put in that same, XPath. Basically, it's just picking the data from this find elements, and it's in here, and then I select WebDriver and the WebDriver input, and then I'm good with that. Then now I have switched to the iframe, still showing this configuration. Yes, remember my decision, just to, okay, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but so it has executed the find elements from before and switched to the iframe now. And then now we're just finding the element of the, let me close this again, of the accept button in the pop-up that's come up. So now we've just gotten here. We're just about to find this and click this, because we had to switch to the iframe first. Again, you know we find the accept buttons XPath. Now again, I won't go into much detail, but you could find how to get the XPath. Remember, we and I told you earlier that I prefer using XPath, so I have that configured already. And then I just click on OK, and this is basically me just clicking the elements that I have found. Execute, and then I open the web page, and voila, it's been closed. The XPath button and all that's been closed. Now I want to move to the detailed page. I will again find the elements, and first of all, I need to switch back to the iframe, switch back to the main content, sorry, from the iframe. So to do that, I configured the node to just say back to parent frame. I'm not picking the web elements, and okay, and apply, and it switches back. So next I want to move to detailed page, and I could put all these nodes into a meta node, but I just want to show you how to do this, and at the end of the video, I think I can do that and just show you what it will look like, as well as adding annotations, right? But that will be done later. So I find the details page by the XPath again, ensuring that data has actually been transferred. I can see that this web page is showing here, and also you want to see something like this, right? When you are looking for your XPath, this kind of gives you confidence that it will execute successfully. So what I'm talking about is found one element in first input roles. In the further notes, you see that we are going to find multiple elements where I'm looking for player names, and we have about 25 player names. I should see like 25, found 25 elements in first input role. So by input row is referring to this. So I will just say okay, execute. I have found the elements, and now I'm going to click on the detail page. So just show you what's going on. See, it's clicked on it and then it's loading. I think we maximize this. So now I'm on detail page. So now you can see that we have more columns other than the compact view that we had before. So next, I'm just going to rush through picking the player's name, Cristiano Ronaldo, and every other person. And then I will pick the position the player of the player. I'm going to pick player's current club. I kind of had little trouble getting the retired, the for players that have retired, because they only have one element in this. So like I said, I'm not really going to go into details of XPaths and CSS selectors. I think why I feel that that's the first time was because I tried to use the tag name. I'm going into details, but it's all in the configured mode, and definitely I will drop the KNIME archived KNIME workflow file for you to be able to pick in the description as well. And then I'll also be picking the date of birth. What I had earlier was the age, but if time moves on, you might not be able to get the accurate age because the age will be static. And then you could also get any other thing that you want, but what I'm just going to be picking is the player's name, position, date of birth, nationality, and the teams that the player played for in Manchester United. So that's why I have in this meta note that says extract player info. I will just going to show you what one of the nodes looks like. So it's a pair. So I see I put in the XPath, and then I can see found 25 elements, and that's basically what all this is. So execute this as well. So now that that's been executed, I have 5 table outputs, one for the name, another for the position, for the country, and I also have for the age, and then finally for the teams that the player played in Manchester United. And then I just show you what table looks like. I have a lot of unwanted columns that I do not need, and this is what I'm interested in. And don't worry if you see that this is blank, you could just select the string and then it shows up. So first I would want to combine all the tables together. Then when that is done, I'm using column appender node, so combining all the table columns into one. And once that's done, this is what it looks like. I have a table with about, I think, 29 columns, and I'm only interested in 5. So I am going to pick the, and just in case you're wondering how the column appender node was configured, it's nothing really major. So I just use identical row IDs and table length. So all the tables from before had similar row IDs from row 0 to row 24. And then I will use the column filter to just select the columns that I need. And with that, I just click execute, and voila, I have, okay, on voila. I need to show you that the data is actually there. So I just need to click on string and voila. But on a serious note, so this is the data that I need. Like I said earlier, I had to look through multiple pages in the Python code that I had from earlier, and I would love to show you how to do that in KNIME as well. That would include, using looping nodes. So I would want to use maybe a counting loop node, a counting loop starts, and loop end nodes as well. And I could also include try and catch blocks, because there's this pop-up that comes up once in a while, Google Ads, and it could be really disturbing. So you might also want to do that. And then sometimes too, if your page loads really fast, the asset button that we saw in the beginning might not come up very quickly. So I will just want to show you, I could put in a wait node. The different kinds of, there's the one for wait for condition and all that, but I just want to use a basic wait node. So I could configure that and put it in here, and you know set the time. It's in milliseconds, so I could set the time to 5-10 seconds. So let's get 10, and if you're waiting, what's an extra 5 seconds? So reset it, and tabs will also been closed. So I would execute all the way to the end, and yay, we have our data. That doesn't seem right. Oh, I put the statistics page. I was scared there for a second. Okay, yeah, so just again, pick the names, and teams should properly show up, and you could always write this into a CSV writer note, but nah, I think this video is long enough. I'll leave you to figure that out. So like I mentioned earlier, I will just tidy this up and speed up the video at this point. So there you have it. We have configured nodes and arranged everything to look a bit neater and well documented. So if you go to the Explorer, you can see that I have my MUN Players Alumni CSV here. So please, if you found this video helpful, remember to like, share, and comment any questions you might have, or any thoughts you might want to share about the video. I'm really grateful that you tuned in once more. And also, if you think there are things that I can do to make my YouTube videos better, please let me know in the comment section below. And happy 9